Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Oh, yes, for a special episode of the Xander Gibb Show. Just making a little camera adjustment there. I'm just going to switch to the page and so we can have a live chat and have a little back and forth on this Thursday night. I love it when I get texts to say, hey, did you know you're live? No, I'm sleep broadcasting. Can you believe that? We're just going to let a few more people come in and then we will get started. Why can't I see the show going out on Facebook? Interesting. I wonder what's going on there. Might have to start again. I'm sorry about this. Technical problems. Hopefully it will just come up now. I don't know why it's not working. Typical of Facebook, probably no, we're not going out, so I'm gonna stop this and start it again, but I will just check once more, just see what is happening. No, it's not working, so I'm gonna start again. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that. One of the permissions needed to be redone. We should be going out live on Facebook now. Fingers crossed. Are we there? We are there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna go live just as soon as we have got a few more people watching, listening, and participating. Oh, yes, sirree. Hello, everybody. I will come say hello to everybody individually in just one moment. Just going to send out a notification to say that we are live, and then we can get started. Oh, yes, sirree. Happy Thursday to all of you. I hope you're doing good in this lockdown situation. We're gonna find out how everyone's doing in just one moment. This is why I need an assistant to do all of the sharing and stuff for me, so I can just talk to you guys, because it's really hard to talk and type because my brain is typing one thing. My brain is also thinking about what I'm going to say to you guys. Oh, yes, Serene. So, oh, yes, Serene, we're getting there. I'm just sharing this, and I will come very quickly to the main feed, and we will get started in just one moment. Oh, yes, sirree. So welcome to the Xander Gibb Show, a special Lockdown Live edition. We will be taking your calls very soon, right after we look at the opening titles.
It has been good to me this time around. Things were bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact, and I can find no ribs. This is love, yeah, love.
welcome to a very special Lockdown Live edition of the Xander Gibb Show with me, Xander Gibb. Because let's face it, who else would I be? I would ask you to click the share button, but most of you just completely ignore that. You're not going to catch anything from pressing the button, so just give it a go. You never know, you might win a prize. Welcome to everyone in the live feed. Welcome to, let's scroll backwards. Welcome to Chris, who's in the UK. Welcome to Chet. Hi there, my brother. Welcome to, yes, it is a Thirsty Thursday. I could do with a drink. Welcome to Mel. Welcome to Billy. Welcome to, who else is there? Welcome to everyone that's watching and not in the live chat. Come and join us in the live chat and tell us what you think. And we'll be taking your calls in just a little while too. So much to talk about tonight. If I can get the page to open. So Boris has just become a father. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, has just become a father of a bouncing 27-pound baby boy. No, not really, not 27 pounds. It's just 7 pounds. And guess what he's decided to call the baby? He's calling the baby Xander after me. What an honor. No, he's not. I don't know what he's calling the baby, but, you know, that is quite an interesting option. I think Xander Johnson has a real ring to it. I don't know what you guys out there think. UFOs in the USA. What do you guys think about that? I thought it was quite interesting this week, you know, that the White House, this administration has been kind of more open and honest about everything than any administration before. And they're kind of coming clean about, yes, there were lights in the sky, and yes, they were UFOs. And they don't mean unidentified fairy object. It wasn't any of the Democrats. It definitely was lights in the sky. But we will find out. Because you see, I think the thing is, most of us that are on lockdown right now will be saying, come on, take me, you know, take me somewhere that is a little bit more interesting. Hello to Susan Miller, welcome. Bojo's baby apparently is called Wilfred. Wilfred Johnson. I don't know whether I like Wilfred Johnson as much as I like Xander Johnson. What do you guys think? Chet says, did I see that Biden fell asleep as Hillary was announcing her endorsement? No, I didn't see that. I've seen a few videos this week of Biden basically with interviews with other people, and everybody else seems to be doing all the talking. He just kind of sits there and goes, you know, with this like silly grin on his face. You won't be grinning, Joe, when Tara Reid's counsel get their claws into you. Yes, Wilfred apparently is the name of the Prime Minister's new baby. I want to talk a little minute about this situation here with in the UK with regards to the COVID-19 slash coronavirus pandemic lockdown. Now, it looks like next week things are going to start to open up a little bit here. Apparently, food is going to be allowed to be served again, and people are going to be able to go and eat in. They're actually saying this tentatively. They're saying that it's a possibility that this might happen. But I've been saying, you know, privately and publicly that I think, you know, 1 to 2 more weeks, if things don't begin to change, because the numbers are dropping of those who have died. But what I think is very interesting is that no one has died here this year in the UK or in the United States of natural causes. Now, what is that all about? You know, I'm not an expert, I'm not a pathologist or anything like that, but you would expect, like every day, for people to die of old age, of natural causes. Why is this not being recorded on death certificates, etc.? I think that that's a bit of a worry for me. We're already touching on it, Susan, don't worry. Don't run away. It's not all we're gonna talk about. I would just wonder if that's frozen. No, it's not. And also, one state, Michigan, there were protesters, and they shut things down pretty quickly. But I'm wondering if the protests are going to happen in other places too, because you can only lock people down for so long before they say, hey, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I certainly know here people are at their wits' end. I know those of us with mental health and anxiety issues are suffering because, even for me personally, as someone that suffers with anxiety, I am kind of feeling it even more because I don't get the kind of succor from social situations that I usually do. I usually get to go out for lunch for a couple of times a week, and that's not happening right now. And it does affect you. It does stifle you. It does make you feel worse about the way you're feeling and things like that. Hi to Mark, who just joined us. Trish says, can we talk about the U.S. refusing to extradite Ann Sekulis? Well, during this time, nobody can be extradited, but we have talked about that on the show before. I definitely think, for those of you who don't know, Ann Sekulis was an American citizen who killed a British citizen, and basically the USA have refused to extradite Ann Sekulis, and she was supposedly the wife of a diplomat. She said she had diplomatic immunity, but she didn't have diplomatic immunity, so they should have sent her back over to the UK. But I have a deal for you, America. We'll give you Prince Andrew if you give us Ann Sekulis. How does that sound? I think that's quite a fair swap. And you can keep him. We will let you keep Randy Andy. Let me just scroll back up a little. Chet says, I'm glad the Me Too movement is being fair when it comes to Biden sexually assaulting women. Sorry, allegedly sexually assaulting women. Haha, like we don't have any proof. Oh, they're not, he says. Wow. No, unfortunately, Chet, they're not. Because the new phrase is Me Too unless it's accusations against Democrats. And you can, for me, it's either all or nothing. If you want to have a movement called the Me Too movement that basically talks about believing everybody that accuses someone of sexual assault, then you can't say, oh, we can't do that. In fact, this week I was going to say I was disappointed, but I wasn't really surprised at all that Alicia, what's her last name? Alicia somebody or other. Accusations against Democrats. And you can't... Yeah, shut up, Xander. She starred in a TV show. It'll come to me. Alyssa Milano basically said she still supports Creepy Joe, even with the accusations from Tara Reid. So for me, that destroys your whole movement. But having said that, now Rose McGowan, who was one of these founder members of Me Too, has actually come out against Joe Biden because, in fairness, I have to applaud Rose McGowan because her response is, what is the point in having a Me Too movement when somebody accuses a Democrat of wrongdoing that, it's not gonna happen. Susan said we will be held hostage here for months. I don't think that's going to happen, Susan. I think that really America, as the numbers drop, and here's a huge part of the problem. I don't think either side of the pond we're getting an accurate picture of how many people have actually died of COVID-19 because coroners and doctors are being told to record that people have died from COVID-19 even when they haven't. And that's of concern to me. It's a huge concern. Chris says, deal. Prince Andrew for Ann Sekulis. This page is moving. Hillary thinks it's okay, Susan says. What does Hillary think is okay? Hello to Tyler Slaughter. Welcome to the feed. Yes, who's the boss? I'm the boss here. No, I know, I'm joking. I know you were talking about the show. And Rose McGowan was also on Charmed. You are correct. I don't think it's so much that people care about these moron celebrities, Susan. I think it's more that that they have this platform and they don't use it appropriately, which I find concerning. Let me just scroll back up. Yeah, there is a lot going on this week. Mel says hypocrisy and political bias at its finest. Absolutely. I think we can't take people seriously that don't have this ability to be able to, what's the word, not have double standards. You know, when you have double standards, as far as I'm concerned, I can't take you seriously. You know, not at all. So we're going to open up the phone line. The number is at the bottom of the screen, 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. If you're in the United States, if you want to comment on this or anything else that we've been talking about, if you want to tell us how you're feeling, are you running out of gourmet ice cream and we need to petition what's her name, Madrigal Pelosi, to get some of that for you? Call us now, 845-363-4747. Tell us what you think about the things that we are talking about. Oh, yes, sirree. Yes, Chet says, unfortunately, young dummies care. Yeah, it is very unfortunate because I think that a lot of these people take more notice of celebrities than they do those with kind of information and knowledge and experience, which is sad. Hello to Ray, welcome. Susan says, now cops are instructed not to answer 911, but for 311 for people for social distancing. Well, I find that worrying, but we have a call, and I think it is Chet Martin calling from Long Island. Don't know what happened there. If you'd like to, oh, you are there. Hello, Chet. Can you hear me? No, don't know what happened there. It's coming in again. I'm clicking answer. Dear Skype, you suck. Can you hear me, Chet? Hello?
I'm here, Xander.
Hi, I can hear you now. It's funny. Sometimes Skype is really good, and other times it's absolutely crapola. How is the world with you? How is your ongoing experience of lockdown? Are you still managing to get to work? We lost Chet there because the Skype just decided to close itself down. If you're listening, chat, please call back. I do apologize. Skype, you suck. Give me back my money. I pay for the phone number for this. And so for people not to be able to call in and stay on the line, it's kind of, you know, it pisses me off. There you go. I said it. So if you're out there, chat, please do call again, and we will get you on to have your say right away. Wouldn't it be funny if Boris did call his son after me? That would be really. Here we go. It's not ringing, but I see Chet is calling. Let's see if we can get him on and keep him on. Hi, Chet. I'm so sorry about that. Skype is playing up tonight, as usual.
Yeah, that's all right, Xander. So anyway, like I said, somebody I knew from school and passed away underlying conditions.
Right.
So it's too bad. I haven't seen her in a very long time. So, but you know, it's sad. It is.
And did they actually pass away from COVID-19?
From what I heard, I'm hearing this secondhand. I haven't looked at the paper yet. She's my age. It was actually Justin that called me and told me. We both went to school with her.
Right.
And he told me that she was also anemic, and she had gotten the virus, and then it was too much for her. So,
right.
For whatever it's worth, we know that people need to be really careful because we know that they're weaponizing this and they're using it to shut down our economy.
Absolutely.
But it is real, and you still have to worry about it. So.
Yeah, I would never I would never disagree with that. One of the things that I think is happening also is that this is being used in order to manipulate the election, because I know that they're
Yeah.
looking at all paper ballots now in New York, not just for the local elections, but
Yep.
for the national elections on November 3rd, which is obviously a concern from the perspective of what that means is that there's more opportunities for fraud if it's paper ballots. But as well as that, as the president said, someone could just be sitting there filling these ballots in their front room. And there's still no legislation in place. And I think this needs to come from a federal level. But in order to drive a car and buy a car and get car insurance, you have to have photo ID. There are a lot of other things in the United States you need photo ID for. Why should you not be required to have photo ID in order to vote in the elections? I mean, it's a worry to me. Hi to Ken and hi to Donna. Welcome. How do you feel about that?
Well, I definitely think that they're going to try to do this whole mail-in balloting thing, and that's why they're calling on the second outbreak of COVID-19 in the fall.
Right.
And yes, that is flu season, but we could get the flu and we could get some more strains of this virus, and they could start, rallying the media up again to the point where we're not able to go down to the ballots and it's all mail-in because they don't have anybody to beat Trump. They don't.
Right.
Joe Biden's on TV falling asleep, and he did. He fell asleep while Hillary was on with him and endorsing him. And Xander, I don't know if the guy even knows where he is half the time.
No, but
I do think that the sexual assault took place, and what we're starting to see is Tara Reid actually has more evidence than any of these women that came out against Kavanaugh. She has a neighbor that says that she heard about it. Also, there was a phone call that was made to Larry King that came from her mother, and she filled out a report. She filled a report out in 1993.
Right.
There's so much evidence here, yet the media is not talking about it.
But why would they? Because the media is unfortunately now is just so liberalized it's unbelievable. They report and misreport every single thing that Donald Trump says or says that is manipulatable. Even the stuff about the bleach, the bleaching in order to get rid of the COVID-19 virus was twisted. Even Howard Stern got in on that this week. And people are saying to me, oh, but Howard Stern is a comedian. Well, I'm a comedian too, but I'm not joking about people drinking bleach,
He didn't see, first of all, he was talking about light therapy, and we've gone over this.
Right.
And Howard Stern thought he was talking about drinking bleach. Howard Stern's an idiot. I haven't listened to him in 20 years.
Yeah.
These people are so sick and deranged that they actually convinced themselves that they heard that.
Yeah.
And if you look at what he says, in the first part of the discussion, he says injection, and then he says not contaminate, but to disinfect.
Right.
And, are the Democrats, are their voters so stupid that when they hear the word disinfect, they think of Lysol and that's it?
Yes, they are.
There's a lot of things to disinfect.
Unfortunately.
There's a lot of things to disinfect. And I think everybody knows that a good disinfectant is what? Sunlight, the light.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what we're talking about.
Exactly. But the other thing is that a lot of people don't get this, but chemotherapy is actually a disinfecting agent. So to say, it's not a million miles away. I mean, I have to say, I support Donald Trump 200%. I have to say that because otherwise I get 1,000 emails calling me a traitor to the cause. I don't think sometimes Donald Trump is the best communicator about things that he's not an expert on. And so really, people should see that he's a layman trying to portray information to the general public and actually take it for what it is. But unfortunately, we actually have a disingenuous media who all they actually want to do now is really kind of manipulate the commentary of the president in order to make him look bad, because that's all they have for 2020.
And you know, Xander, for us and for anybody paying attention, anyone that's watching Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, Donald Trump is the most transparent president that I've ever seen in my life, and probably that you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, for sure.
He gets in front of the world. He tells you
Yeah.
what he's planning on doing.
Yeah.
And it works. And when he's doing a good job, yes, he brags.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's got the right to brag.
Braggadocious.
When he's jobs.
But you
when
know,
he's defeating ISIS. When
you
he's
know,
doing all these great things, Xander. He's got the right.
Absolutely. Do you know what just dropped into my mind? Did you see that Stormy Daniels admitted this week that she didn't have an affair with the president? You know, where is the deafening influx of apologies that is required in order to make this right? Look at what they put his family through. You know, Donald Trump is far from perfect, but when they accuse him of things that are proven to be not so, surely the media should report that they got it wrong, but they're not doing that.
One of these contributors, and I think I mentioned to you before, was on Twitter, CNN contributor, and he actually said he wants Melania Trump to be injected with the coronavirus,
Wow.
COVID-19. He said it. They didn't take it down. They didn't ban him. They didn't take his account down.
No.
But if you say anything or you stand up for yourself, they rip you down right away, don't they?
Of course they do. A couple of years ago, when I was on Twitter before, I'm back on Twitter now. I'll tell people a bit more about that later. They said something about sending a cyanide Easter egg to the president, and it was reported and stuff, and not a thing was done about it. You know, Twitter is the biggest contradiction ever, and it disgusts me that they will allow people to say the things that they do about the first lady, but when someone corrects them and says, actually, that's not the case, I don't care what she did before. You know, the ideology as a Christian that we can ignore someone's past and actually look at what they're doing now. But you know, as long as they're not a Republican, this is the ideology, and that's of concern to me too. But I don't think things are going to change with regards to that, Chet. I'm sorry, I really don't.
But what has Melania Trump done that's so bad? She took some bikini pictures.
Yeah.
Is that like that's the measuring stick now? Because if we saw bikini pictures with that thing that was in the White House before Melania, you would have saw a big bulge coming out in the front.
Yes.
Because that was a man that was in the Oval Office then.
You're not talking about Obama though, because that wasn't a man. That was an excuse for a man. You're talking about the one that he's married to.
Sasquatch, yeah. I'm talking about Sasquatch.
Absolutely.
You know, Melania Trump is nothing but class. And what has she done? What has she done to make them hate her?
She married Donald Trump. That's what
did
she did.
Do?
She married Donald Trump. That's what they don't like. That's what they take issue with. But ultimately, I kind of worry for this next election. I thought the last election was the most important of our lifetime, but each time I actually see people getting comfortable and saying, "Oh, it's going to be a landslide. It's going to be a landslide." Well, yeah, let's make it a landslide, because I want everybody out there to go and vote, and to vote for Donald Trump, and to make sure that you vote Republican. You know, in a way, I respect the Democrats. They have this vote blue no matter who ideology. And I hear Republicans saying, well, I'm not going to vote Republican to get Donald Trump in again. You know, and that really bothers me. I know Republicans that voted for Hillary Clinton. Well, I'm telling you, you're not a Republican, and you are definitely not a conservative if you voted for Hillary Clinton, you know?
Especially look at what Trump's done. All the things that he's pushed forward, all the judges he's placed.
Yeah.
Even some of these judges in the smaller court systems that are now, you can see that the tide has turned.
Yes.
And these are conservative judges. These are conservative things that Donald Trump is pushing through. Listen, Xander, when he first started talking about running, I was like, I didn't know what to think about Donald Trump. I didn't really follow him that much politically.
No.
But when he started to make sense to me, and the other one to become wishy-washy, like Ted Cruz was starting to,
Right.
he was standing on the left side of everything, and the only person I could get behind was Trump, and he's done a great job.
Right. I mean, I make no bones and no secret of the matter that I was a never Trumper, and I was actually convinced once he'd actually got the nomination. For me, I had to throw my huge, considerable weight behind him back then. I had to support him and back him up. Because the thing is that, I hear all this about party over country, country over party. But surely putting the party first means that the country gets the best deal. Because I don't think, I respect Ted Cruz. I'll openly say that I respect Ted Cruz. But I don't think that he was right for president, right? That I think he might possibly be in the future, but he wasn't right in 2016. He didn't have the oomph for me, Whereas Donald Trump does not give two tosses about what people think, and I think you need that as a president.
What it was, we needed a bull in the china shop.
Yes.
We needed somebody that was going to shake up the establishment. And make no mistake about it, that's why they hate him. They hate him because he knows all of them. He knows what they did. He knows where they spent their money. And he knows that they're dirty, lying thieves.
Right.
That is why they hate him.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Absolutely. And I think that, one of the things that's happening tomorrow, I think Susan's going to call in right after you to talk a little bit more about this, is, they're going to decide whether they send Roger Stone to jail tomorrow. I feel like they've tied the hands of Donald Trump at every juncture, because he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. But people say to me, "Oh, Xander, you're not critical of Donald Trump enough." Well, do you know what? I'm happy to take a back seat on that. If I'm really not happy about something he's done, I'll say something about it. But there are enough people out there with knives in his back. So I'm just gonna hold him up in prayer, and be the best supporter of him that I can be, because I'm under no illusions that he's perfect, but he's right for the job of president for another 4 years. And that's where I will leave it on that.
Yes, and I applaud you for that, and I'll be doing the same thing. He's got enough jackals nicking at his boots every step of the way.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you saw the information that came out about James Comey over the last few days, or what they're talking about with McCain, Comey, and all these other dirty bastards that are in the FBI and the DOJ. There are arrests coming, Xander. Mark my word. In the next few months, we're going to see a lot of them getting taken away, and it's all tied up with Obama. It's all tied up with Clinton. It's all tied up with foreign intelligence across the pond with the Steele dossier.
Yeah.
And we're going to finally start seeing some of these people getting arrested.
Well,
it's going to be great. Great.
I just want to say, Chet, very quickly, I think that I have a theory that there was too much to do when Donald Trump became president. There was too much he had to do. But I think that he sees that justice is important for the American people. One of his first jobs for his second term of office will to be getting rid of those that are clogging up the swamp for good in his second term of office.
I think that's going to start before the second term starts. I think that's going to be the kickstart of it all. It's probably going to be the smaller fish first, where you're going to see all these people that said that there were that there was nothing dirty about Obama. He had the cleanest administration in the history of the United States, which we know is bull.
Yeah.
They're all going to look at it and they're going to say, should we vote in somebody like Joe Biden, who's owned by China?
Exactly.
Which he is.
Yeah.
If he becomes president, Obama's going to be pulling the puppet strings, and China's going to be put right back up there on the mantle.
Well, if he does become president, I have a spare room, don't you, Chet? So, because I don't think I could come back to America under a Joe Biden presidency or any Democrat presidency, because that would concern me more than anything else. Listen, tell people where they can find you. I'm so sure we'll hear from you tomorrow with the main event tomorrow night. But tell people where they can find you.
Listen, all you need to do is go to freedomondeck.com. It's a one-stop shop for us. You'll see some great contributors. You'll be able to get linked to shows like Xander Gibb. You'll be able to come on, watch our archives. We are an FM terrestrial show heard every weekend on 94.9 News Now and Stimulated Talk, WJJF FM radio. But the easy way for everybody that's listening, that's across the pond, or if you're in a different state, is just freedomondeck.com. And, you know, when Xander's on with us, you want to hear Xander and you want to hear us, we got to, and you've seen the site, Xander. It's a great site.
Absolutely.
And you just hit listen live, and you got Xander Gibb on right there. You're listening to us right there.
Absolutely. Bob's your uncle, as they would say over here. You'll be in like Flynn.
Yeah.
Okay, Chet, listen.
And I didn't mean to put...
Go ahead.
Xander, I just wanted to say real quick, I didn't mean to put Sasquatch down like that, okay?
It's fine. You're allowed to put Sasquatch down on this show. I'm cool
right.
with that. We have another caller coming in. I'm going to take them. Thank you so much for calling, Chet. Have a great week. Take care. Just going to take this next caller if it will allow me to do so. Did it answer? It answered. Hello, you're live on the Xander Gibb Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Xander?
Is this Susan Miller from NYC?
No, this is Peter Pan.
Hello,
Xander.
Peter Pan. You're sounding very young tonight. How are you?
I am young. Listen, I got a few things to say.
Go ahead.
Quickly here. I didn't get a notification for you. I was pissed. I had to go find you. Look, you know, Chet made a lot of good points, and he's right. But I want to further it because I'm also working on the Trump campaign, and I got to have a call tomorrow night. Listen, you're very right with all you say, Xander, and you and I have talked. Biden is a problem. We don't see the Democrats getting him out. We don't see mainstream media exposing truth on him. We never will.
No.
Now, I said, it took Obama how long to endorse him, which we know that was a setup. He wanted to wait until Bernie got out of the way again, okay?
Yeah.
I say, now with Hillary Clinton, with her crappy, I endorse Biden, my good friend, they're onto a plan, and they've been onto a plan. We got to win, because if we don't, they're going to get Biden in, then they're going to go, you got to get out, and we'll either have, and this is my call, I could be wrong, I say his nomination will be either Hillary Clinton, which who's going to vote for her, but there's a lot of fickle liberals out there, okay? Right. Or Michelle Obama. In either case, he would still be linked. Now, Xander, you know I'm an activist, so I fight here all the time amongst
Absolutely.
Liberals, 99%. You'd be surprised. You know, you're right, because, I'm going to vote Democrat. I don't care about their policy. Or, I loved Obama, a big Hillary supporter. It's a big, big worry. You know, if they say, landslide for Trump, we got a bigger fight than we did in 2016.
We do.
I could be wrong. Now, I want to go on to this quickly. You saw my post. I'm very upset because the crime has quadrupled here since de Blasio's been in. It then quadrupled with his soft crime law. We have murderers on the street, drug addicts, rapists, pedophiles, okay? So now the NYPD has instructed the cops to disregard 911 calls. And their focus is when they get a 311 call about people not abiding by social distancing, out they go and you get arrested. I'm really angry about this, Xander.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weren't you heartened by the fact that when he set up that tip line, that snitch line, that it was inundated with penis pics and pictures of him as Hitler? I mean, does that not give you an idea of how people feel about Bill de Blasio in New York City?
Yes, and you're very right. And I'm guilty of something, but I didn't send in a dick pic. Listen, Xander.
Wow.
But then again, remember now, okay? It is a liberal city. These people are like sheep. They hate you even if you're right. You're a Nazi. You're oh my God, every filthy rotten word. And you can't. And I filmed enough of them in protest. If people wanted to make a stand, they would be doing it right now. Here's another thing. we are threatened to be under lockdown all summer into fall. And then Cuomo just said retail stores will not be opening for many, many months thereafter. We're sinking. Look, there are some medical people who were afraid to come forth. Some did.
Right.
These people, they let them die in the hospitals. They let them die.
Right.
They waited. They didn't help them
Because of their age?
Any age, Xander, because they wouldn't do anything for them. Look at the nursing homes where Cuomo sent corona patients into the nursing homes. One was in Brooklyn, and ignored any pleas for masks and gloves. They never sent them. Those people died in the nursing homes, and I swear to God, I flipped out and I saw it. They put bodies on the street. Where the hell is the respect and the regard for human life?
You're talking about Democrats. Where is their respect and regard for anything? But I want to fast forward a little because, you and I have had these conversations privately. How long do you think it's going to be before, like in New York, they have some kind of uprising to say, okay, we're not, and I'm talking about peaceful uprising because obviously we don't hold truck with violence. But before people say, I've had enough, we're not doing this anymore, and we need to enforce some change.
Good question, Xander. From my perspective and point of view here and stuck in the city, I see no uprising even brewing. I don't even see it online.
Right.
The division is, it's downstate's fault. Well, you know what? If they want to do something, and I keep telling them, you have to unite the whole state of New York as a whole to be effective and fight this as a team. No stores are sneaking to open. Nobody has said, screw it, I'm opening. People are walking around with masks, mostly social distancing. I don't see it yet, but, here's a point to thought. I could be wrong. I love everybody of every nationality, okay, and I'm not a racist, but think about the poor people in the projects in a hot city. No beaches will be open. No pools, no gyms are going to be allowed to open.
Right.
I hope the hell that they launch a movement and rise up, because I'll follow them.
Right. But I don't think it's far away, do you? I mean, I think 1 to 2 weeks, people, things seem to be kind of, the UK and the US seem to mirror one another somewhat, and they're already starting to kind of reopen stuff here. So I'm hoping that in the next 2 weeks that they'll start to do that there. But here's the problem, the difference between the UK and the US. The UK is like one principality, and although the US is, there are all these different states that get to make these decisions. So unless the president makes a federal decision and says, like, okay, we're going to open on, I'm just throwing a date out there, May 15th, don't write in and say that's too soon or any of those things. I'm just using this for the purposes of an example. What kind of response do you think that he will get for an executive order to reopen the states on a particular date?
I think that there are, I'll call them closet supporters.
Right.
There are some, silent majority. I don't know if there's enough, but I'll tell you this. When he wanted to open us up May 1st, open up America, Cuomo launched on national TV that if Trump dares to do that, he will fight him and take him to court. Now, what bothers me is Trump met yesterday with Governor Murphy. Now, Governor Murphy's governor of New Jersey, they're really getting screwed, as bad as us.
Right.
And then I find out that Murphy is in constant talks with Cuomo and the governor of Connecticut. And some of the Jersey people have gotten a hold of me and have said that they feel the way that it's going, they're trying to consolidate the 3 states under what you would call socialist rule.
Right.
I don't know, Xander. I think I asked why, and I went as high as I could go with this question. Why has Trump not jumped in with an executive order? And I said he could do it but he doesn't really want to because it's left up to each state. He feels that it could maybe cost him the election. I don't agree with that. I don't think it would cost him an election. I think it would help him.
Right, but there is that possibility. But let me stop you for a second because I want to change the direction. Now Nick just said in the live feed, she said it seems like a huge agenda with offering them all this money. Now it's $2,000 a month until we're open, but what they're trying to throw in there is the mail-in voting to keep people happy with money while they're paying their way to cheat in the election. Now, I'm sure you agree with that too, but what else do they have over and above dishonesty to win against Donald Trump, Susan? And that's my final question for you.
Well, I might have misunderstood you, so I'm not on the live feed right now. Somebody said they want to give us $2,000 a month. Well, first of all, I'm against that. Because those that want to work and go back to work would rather go to work than allows you $2,000 a month. And
for sure.
Whoever that person is, and with respect, if they don't understand that that's the Democrats, like look what AOC said, don't go back to work.
Right.
You see, in a socialist country, they give you your pittance, and they take away everything else, including your rights. I am so against this. And what about Newsom out in California? Giving the illegals $125 million when American people are living in tent cities.
Right, but Nick wasn't saying she agreed with that. She's saying that that's their agenda. So she's not saying that's something that she agrees with. She's just identifying that is their modus operandi. That's what they want to do. We're going to leave it there, Susan. But tell people where they can find you because you are the Miss Roving reporter, and you do the Mill Report, don't you? Tell people where your website is and where they can find out more about you.
It's Susan Ann Miller Facebook. You got that, Xander. And then it's Miss Roving Reporter, NewYork.Weebly.com, and then I've got a page, the Miller Report.
Absolutely.
I'm not that active right now. But I did go out and film the other day, and an interesting African-American lady was wonderful. I interviewed her. So that's it, sweetie. Good show.
Absolutely. And, go check that out, folks. Go check Susan out. And make sure you follow her on social media. A lot of interesting stuff. Most of us are not doing very much right now, unfortunately, because all we can do is talk about stuff. But make sure you go and follow Susan. Thank you so much for calling, Susan. Have a great week.
Good night now.
Good night. Thanks a lot. That was Susan Miller, Miss Roving Reporter. Make sure that you check her out on Facebook, and you can check her out at her website, Miss Roving Reporter, my.weebly.com. We got time for one more call, 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. Hello to Julie, who's just joined the live feed, if you're still there. Chris said he had to go because, he didn't say why. He said, night, everybody. So we're going to take one more call. If you want to call in, you can call me now, 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. Now, if you are in the United Kingdom, you can Skype me. Skype me at Xander Gibb. It probably doesn't cost to do that. You just make an audio call, 845-363-4747 if you're in the United States. And if you are in the UK, you can Skype me on this Lockdown Live. It is Thursday night. Just enough time to tell you about tomorrow. At 9 o'clock, I will be interviewing the singer Rosala on Instagram. At 9 o'clock UK time, that's 4 o'clock on Eastern time. I can't work it out the other way around. So that's 4 o'clock Eastern time, which makes it about 1 o'clock on the West Coast. But make sure you come in and can take a look at that. It's nice to get away from politics because it's not all I do. I also do current affairs and social commentary, a little bit of everything, and I interview people from all walks of life. So we're going to try and take one more call. If anyone's brave enough, 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747 before I go off and have a little cocktail to see the night out. Thank you for everyone that's been in the live feed tonight. Thank you to everyone who's called in. Thanks to Susan Miller. Thanks to Chet Martin. We'll just give out one more opportunity to call in. 845-363-4747. Call about anything you'd like, anything we've talked about, anything political, the lockdown, the name of Boris's child, which apparently is Wilfred, which I think is rather old-fashioned. Makes me think of Steptoe and Son. For some reason, I do not know why. So I think that's about it. Don't think anyone's going to call. You're all scaredy cats. Catherine Cribb just joined us. Hello, my sister. How is the world with you? We are just about to end. We might take one more call if someone wants to call in. 845-363-4747 on this special Lockdown Live. Or if you are in the UK, you can Skype me at Xander Gibb, Xandergibb. That's Xandergibb. This has been a Lockdown Live special. Please stay safe out there. If you have neighbors that are elderly, please make sure you check on them, obviously from 2 meters away. If you're getting a few groceries, you can always check with them and see if they need anything too. I think it's important that we look out for each other during this time, these unprecedented times. You know, when this lockdown is over, I really don't want to hear the word unprecedented ever again. Yes, Billy, I agree. Xander Wilfred Johnson would be a perfect name. But I think Xander Johnson, but of course it has a connotation. In America, your Johnson is something else that we will talk about on another episode of this show. What's that noise? I can hear a cocktail calling me. It's saying, Xander, drink me. Grant's whiskey is calling me. That naughty Grant. So if you're on TikTok, make sure you check out on TikTok. Lots of funny stuff on there too. And tell me what you think. We are gonna leave it there. I hope this broke the monotony a little bit for you. It was great to have people call in. Great to chat. Great to keep in touch. Make sure you phone your friends, phone your family. Check out Zoom and things like that. We will be back with you, as I said, tomorrow. I will be doing an interview with Rosala at 9 o'clock on Instagram, and everybody's free to listen to that. No pun intended. And the usual show, the main event, 11 o'clock tomorrow night for the Xander Gibb Show proper. This has been a Lockdown Live. I love you all. Please do take care. Bye-bye.
It has been good to me this time around. Things were the other bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact and I can find no rest. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and here I don't dictate.
Click the bell button and subscribe to keep up with the Xander Gibb Show. Oh yes, sirree.